going on, everyone? Dustin Koppel here, and I'm the traveling disc golfer. Today we're playing Cane Ridge Advance. This is going to be in Nashville, Tennessee. Here's a little outline of it. And then also, if you're not feeling that course and you just want to get a quick one in, you can play the short course as well, which is just to the left of where the beginning hole is. So cool little area to warm up, some practice baskets over here. But we're going to get started. Hole number 1, 353, par 3. This is, when you first walk up, a little intimidating hole. Not knowing what to expect playing this course blind today. Very, very tight woods, tight tunnel you got to hit. And this shot hyzered off a little bit and became a superhero and rode through the trees and then decided to land back in the middle of the fairway. So I was really excited about that. And then the camera here is placed on top of the basket. You're going to see that a little bit today. Playing with some new angles there. But I was able to save a par. Did not deserve that one. I deserved to be in the middle of the woods after that first shot. But sometimes you get those tree kicks. So hole 2, big par 4, gorgeous hole. The road to the left is OB. Woods to the right are very tight, so you definitely, as always, need to stay in a fairway. But from here, throwing an Insanity, which is a fairway driver, a little understable, and fought its way back. I was very, very happy with this drive. Ended up going probably 480 or so gave me a good approach shot. And then from here, had a chance for birdie. Really windy up here, though, as you can tell. But just did not connect. I connected to the band, though. So another par. Moving on, hole 3, another par 4. This is another beautiful hole as you start to go into some really mature woods here. And very just scenic, absolutely gorgeous. This is probably one of my favorite ones as far as the views go. But throwing a sidearm here, there's a few different, lines that you can throw, but it is going to shape to the right and then start to come back left and go straight. And just made it past the creek. And then my approach shot came up a little short. Just had a bunch of tree lines that I had to try to hit. And then from here, just a failed jump putt attempt. All right, taking another par. All right, next hole, par 3, 306. I really like what they do anytime a tree falls or anything like that. They definitely use it to kind of shape the green here. So really unique, but this is pretty much a straightforward shot. You can put a little ante if you're throwing a backhand, or a little flex if you will, and hopefully it comes back. But I ended up kicking on one of the trees, and you're going to see my shot here to the left coming in. I'm right behind this skinny tree. And here it comes. I was just happy to get over those trees and didn't have a weird roll or anything. Once again, playing with the camera angle on the basket, but made that for par. So hole 3, 277. This had a very, very unique line. You have to shape it, and I love a fairway that's, with the woods where it challenges you and you have to shape a shot. So threw a little flex forehand. Ended up coming a little short. I think I ended up kicking off of one of these trees. But had a chance for birdie, so I was happy with that. And I was just happy to shape the shot. So I love playing disc golf like that, though, where it forces you to do something. Short par 4 here, 372. But once you actually play this hole, you'll understand why it's a par 4. Huge dogleg right, back up the hill. So it plays a little bit longer than that 372. And then making this turn and having all the trees in the fairway. And this one, again, I'm kind of to the left of your screen, throwing up to the left side. Ended up having a good approach shot. There's a cool little gap there. And then you have like a middle gap as well. And that's the first birdie of the day. So I was happy to take that one. Hole 7, they use the parking lot as a tee pad here, which is just brilliant. And then just a really cool straight shot downhill. That bridge right there says smile more. I really like that little touch there. So throwing something straight. I ended up going really close to the trees on the right, but then it came down just to the backside, skipped a little, and was able to cash this in one for another birdie. So far, nice little roll here. Hole 8, 240, par 3. Really cool hyzer shot for a right-handed player. But this green is very, very quick because it's on that angle. You got to watch that. I feel like I threw mine just a little too high. I feel like if I would have kept it lower, I wouldn't have skipped as far down as I did. but I had some trees in the way and just did not have a good look at the basket from there, so just had a layup. But hole 9, this is a ace run hole in my opinion. 182, just straight across the creek, back uphill. Got to hit a gap though, of course, but I ended up splitting those 2 trees and got really lucky and ended up parking it. So that's disc golf sometimes. Hole 10, 299 par 3. This one just got to make it out of the gap, then it opens up here to the right. I threw a sidearm and it just faded and ended up in the gap and shaped really nicely, so it worked out well for me. But this one, a few different lines as you can tell with those trees, so you can really throw what you're comfortable throwing. Cashing that one in for a birdie as well. So here we go, par 4. This was a really cool tee placement. I like this one a lot. And it'll start to shape dogleg left and then really open up out here, roads OB to the right. So you got to hit the first initial gap, and then you're coming into that little cove of trees. And that tree to the left where it shapes out a little bit just messed with my mind, and ended up throwing too far and catching those trees. But I didn't get the best angle on my second shot, so I just kind of skipped that one, but ended up getting a par there. So hole 12, this was a really, really cool hole. I love how they use the road here as an island. Just a straight shot. Then they have this circle island, and it was just placed perfect right in the middle. Only thing here that I was aware of was road was OB. I ended up throwing out of the tunnel and then ended up just left of it. You're going to see Bigfoot coming out of here in a second. That is where I ended up. There he is. And then tapping in for a par. But that was a very unique hole. I enjoyed that one a lot. And there's Bigfoot again. 258, par 3, hole 13. A few different gaps that you can throw. And I love a course that's like that. They have a few different lines when you're in the woods. So that's always a great job as far as the designer goes, in my opinion. But got a little kickoff to the tree. Decided to lay up, take a par. So moving on to the next one, another par 4, 496. This one is going uphill, and then it's going to kind of go back downhill. There's what seems to be a little creek there, then you're going back uphill again. So really cool structure, really cool use of land right here. Once again, the designer did a great job. A lot of cool lines, tons of lines on this one, but the trees are just scattered throughout, so it's really kind of playing what suits your game and where you land. And then this was my look at birdie, but just ended up airballing and ended up a little left of the basket, so another tap in for par. Hole 15, here we go, using the down trees again and kind of helping shape the greens with it. So pretty straightforward shot on this one. Throwing what's comfortable for you, and then just making sure that you get down there. It is on that slope, so it can go a little quick. You got to watch out for that. And I'm taking another par here. Hole 16, this was a really pretty one as well. The creek's just right of the basket, and got to make sure that you come in slow on this one. I came in a little too quick. I'm throwing my pyro here, and pyros will flare skip a lot, so I thought I had a great line. It was parked, but ended up having that skip. So fast green, and then the just unlucky roll. We've all been there. Luckily there was a log there to stop my roll. If not, I probably would have been 120 feet away. So hole 17, 268, another great tunnel shot. Just really cool trees that are on this one as well. And you can, I threw a couple on this one just for fun, but you can go over that little L-shaped tree as well. There's kind of like a hyzer line. Just got to be careful not to hit a tree kick or get a tree kick. But was able to get a birdie there. Hole 18, par 4, 403. This one plays along the hill, and this was such a fun shot to throw. So I'm throwing something that's going to turn over and just hitting the initial gap. It's kind of hard to see, and I kid you not, I looked for my disc probably for about 15 minutes because I thought it like skipped down, but it ended up being higher than I thought it was. So this is actually an eagle look. Just came up short, and then tapping in for birdie. All right, guys, just got done playing Cane Ridge Advance here in Nashville, Tennessee. I heard from so many people that I had to check this course out, play it, record it, and I'm so glad I did. This is actually my last video that I'll be doing in the area before we head down to Texas, so you'll get to see some awesome courses down there. I have a ton of referrals and different courses to play, so excited to get down there. But this course from beginning to end was absolutely gorgeous, a very mature course. You know, once you get up to number one, it can be somewhat intimidating having to hit like a long tunnel shot, pretty tight. You get one bad tree kick on any of these holes, you're going the wrong way, you're going to have a tough day. But at the same time, if you hit your lines, it is a very, very rewarding course. There are some gettable holes that are pretty short here, and they have such cool flights or flight lines that you got to hit. And then hole 18, absolutely my favorite, hands down. Playing along the ridge, threw a nice backhand turnover and watched it glide forever. And I was looking probably for like 10 minutes for the disc. I thought it went all the way down and come up, had a chance for eagle at it, but absolutely gorgeous. Walking across the bridge, kind of seeing like where a waterfall would come in. And so I highly, highly recommend you guys check this course out, Cane Ridge Advance. It is a little challenging on some of the holes, but there are quite a few easy ones, so just be prepared for that. But otherwise, guys, hopefully you get a chance to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.